Hey guys, welcome to Cycle of Life with TES podcast where we say no to vices and yes to change from inside out. On today's episode we will be talking about the situation whereby we mistake wrong steps or decision as the right move. Have you ever found yourself making what seemed like the right decisions, only to realize later that they were actually the wrong ones? It happens to the best of us. Sometimes, we get so caught up in the moment or influenced by outside factors that we end up taking missteps without even realizing it. One common wrong step that seems right is staying in a job that makes you unhappy. It's easy to convince yourself that you should tough it out for the paycheck or the stability, but in the long run, staying in a toxic work environment can take a toll on your mental and physical health. It's important to prioritize your well-being and happiness over financial security. Another deceptive wrong step is ignoring red flags in a relationship. When you're in love, it's easy to brush off warning signs or make excuses for your partner's behavior. But turning a blind eye to issues like lack of trust, communication problems, or even abuse can lead to serious consequences down the line. It's essential to trust your instincts and prioritize your own safety and happiness. Taking on too many commitments is another common wrong step that seems right. You might think you're being productive and ambitious by saying yes to every opportunity that comes your way, but spreading yourself too thin can lead to burnout and decreased performance. It's important to set boundaries and prioritize activities that align with your goals and values. So make sure to also listen to my podcast episode on how to live with margin and keep a good schedule. Lastly, procrastination is a sneaky wrong step that often seems harmless in the moment. Putting off tasks or responsibilities can feel like a temporary relief. But it ultimately leads to added stress and pressure when deadlines loom closer. Developing good time management skills and tackling tasks head-on can help prevent the negative consequences of procrastination. In conclusion, it's essential to be mindful of the wrong steps that seem right in the moment. By being aware of common pitfalls such as staying in toxic situations, ignoring red flags, overcommitting, and procrastinating, you can make more informed choices that align with your overall well-being and goals. Remember, it's okay to course correct and make changes when needed. Your future self will thank you for it. It's important to recognize that sometimes what may seem like the right decision in the heat of the moment can actually lead to negative consequences in the long run. For example, staying in toxic situations, whether it be a toxic relationship or a toxic work environment, can have detrimental effects on your mental and emotional well-being. Ignoring red flags, such as warning signs or gut instincts telling you something isn't right, can also lead you down a path you may regret later on. Overcommitting yourself, whether it be taking on too many responsibilities at work or saying yes to too many social engagements, can spread you thin and prevent you from truly focusing on what's important to you. Life is full of twists and turns, and it's important to be flexible and willing to adapt to changing circumstances. Making changes when needed shows growth and maturity. It is essential to reflect on past experiences and identify the areas where mistakes were made in order to prevent repeating them in the future. By acknowledging the common pitfalls that have hindered progress in the past, individuals can develop a proactive approach to decision-making that aligns with their core values and aspirations. This self-awareness allows for a more conscious and deliberate path towards achieving long-term goals and personal fulfillment. Moreover, recognizing the need for adjustments and corrections along the way signifies a willingness to grow, learn, and improve. Ultimately, making choices that prioritize well-being and happiness not only benefits the present self but also sets a foundation for a brighter and more fulfilling future. Thanks for listening to the Cycle of Life with TES podcast. Remember to say no to vices and yes to change from inside out.